today I'm going to finish making the little Scrappy quilted bag. You know, I pieced the front last time. So let's dive in. I have quilted front and back panels, plus 2 pieces for the lining. All of these are cut 9 1/4 wide and 8 inches tall. That's just what, I don't know, it's just what it came out to be. So, and I have a zipper and I've already cut to be about 1 inch shorter than the top of the bag. And here we go. This is a strip of fabric that was about 1 3/4 inches wide. I have folded it in half once, hot dog style, I guess, and then again fold the ends to the center and press it all closed. That's gonna be the ends of the zipper tabs. So it's longer than I need it to be, so we just wrap the zipper inside it like that and go to town. Stitch right down the front, the top of the zipper, 1/16 of an inch or so. Now I'm gonna pull the zipper around and feed it into the folded section. And cut the thread. There we go. What I like to do is do a second row of stitching right next to that. A presser foot width away or so from the edge, but my presser foot is less than 1/4 of an inch wide. So now we're going to trim these off straight as we can and get on with the bag. So there we go. Now, so many different ways you can do this. The easiest, most confidence building way is to center your zipper face down so that the pull is facing the pretty side of your fabric. All right, center it, clip it in place. Eventually, and especially with shorter pieces like this, you won't need to clip. I'm going to increase my stitch length. Got it at about a 3 millimeter, I guess. And stitch very close to the edge. Now, my foot passes the zipper, clears it, no problem. Yours may not. If you need to, you can raise the presser foot and pull the zipper up closed so that you have more clearance. But like I said, mine usually does just fine. Okay, so there we go. Zipper is basted to the top on one side. Now we're going to take our lining piece. Oh, I have 1 inch squares cut out of the bottom of every piece on both the corners. So what you'll want to do is open your zipper, unless you're using a zipper foot, even then you may. Right side down with your fabric. This is a batik, so it's really hard to tell, but I think that was it. And then if you need to clip it, pin it, whatever, go ahead. Got it all lined up. You're going to sew down at about 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Back to a normal stitch length, back stitch, and hit the ground running. My zipper was open all the way, and when I get down about 1/4 of the way left, I will lift up the zipper, raise the presser foot, close the zipper all the way, and then continue stitching. Back stitching at the end. Okay. So now we have our zipper sandwiched between the lining and the outer piece. Going to open it up so that the outer piece is completely flat and the lining piece is folded open, and I'm going to top stitch along the inside of the lining. a little extra row of stitching right there. Help everything stay in place. Now, if you need to, you can go press everything with a nice hot iron, or just finger press it. Now, ready for the other side? What's totally possible to do, close the zipper. We're going to take our other outside piece face down, lining up the edges and the top of the zipper. And if you need to clip it or whatever, go ahead. But now what you can see how that lines up. Take your other lining piece, face down to your first lining piece, lined up at the top, and move your clips out if you're using clips. And now you can sew the whole thing at once, okay? So let's go. This helps make you not need to okay, sorry about that. I had to take a phone call, and I don't know if I'll be able to splice these two videos back together or not. We'll see. Okay, what I was saying was that if you layer your lining, your zipper piece, and your outer fabric all at one time, there's no need to baste as long as you're using a regular stitch length, okay? So you've pinned it or clipped it or just held it in place, and when you get down about to where the zipper pull is, or halfway down, a fourth of the way left, whatever, open the zipper. So then you're not buttoned up against the head, and really it'll still work. If you do, there'll just be like a little bump out maybe. So here we go, 1/4 of an inch all the way down, back stitch, cut the thread, and then I just open the lining part up that I just sewed on. All right, smooth it out flat and stitch along the inside, right there at the top where the seam was. All right, now we have 2 of them top stitched. Open it out, press them together, and there's the zipper piece. Not too bad. Looks pretty even. Now, make sure you open the zipper, unless it's a non-locking zipper, then it may get stuck when you turn the bag right side out. All right, now open it out so that it's all right sides together. Match your seam as best you can right there at the top, and then clip it or pin it. Some people don't do anything. I mean, it's not a big bag and there's not a lot shifting around, so I might not on any other day. Now we're going to sew all the way around all 4 sides, but we're going to leave an opening right here to turn. How big depends on you. My hand's a little on the chubby side, so I want a big space, but I also know that I'm going to stitch that closed later, and I want it not too close to the edge. So I'm going to stitch at about 1/4 of an inch, starting at the end, for 1.5 inches or so. And then I'm going to scoot up about 1.5 inches or so and do the same thing. Now, you stitch off the edge. You don't even have to cut your thread. You can just raise the presser foot and pull it out a little bit, and then lower the presser foot and start sewing. Back stitch. And then when you get to the corner where the zipper is, you can see this is why we did the zipper about 1 inch shorter, so that we have room to sew right next to it. And sometimes I do a little back stitch there, and if you use a zipper foot, then you can get super close. All right, all the way down. trash can just fell over. And everything should be lined up pretty good. You just go. Sometimes you need to make adjustments as you go, but that's just because we're all human. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, but yesterday I posted that I got ortho thread for the first time ever in close to 40 years of sewing, and so I'm trying that out right now. I like it so far. Now what we're going to do is box our corners where we had that cut, that 1-inch opening, 1-inch square cut out. We're going to fold it so that our seams are lined up as best as we can. I like to make my seams nest, so one seam allowance goes up, the other goes down, and then if you need to clip that, you can. Sometimes I clip all 4 of them, and sometimes I just do one at a time like this. I like to sew over it a couple of times just to be sure. All right, one more. I do try to make sure that the seams go the same direction on both ends. It's not quite straight. You can feel if they're lined up with your fingers. Okay, 2 box corners. Now onto the lining. I didn't interface my cotton lining because it is a batik, so it's a little bit less flimsy than most quilting cottons. But you do you. I have bags that I've used for years that don't have any interfacing in them, so it's all good. And yeah, they've been through the washing machine several times. Okay. Last corner, if I can get it all worked out. There we go. A little bit wiggly. All right, all 4 corners are closed. Now we're going to stick our hand through the hole we left in the bottom. See, I don't know if my whole hand will even go in. But we're going to turn it right side out, push in that corner, and pull it through the hole. And turn everything right side out. Get in there and push out all the corners. You know, I think I was making a flat bag when I started this project, but this morning I decided I wanted to see it stand up. Cute, huh? Go ahead and open the zipper the rest of the way and push out your zipper. See how it's flipped in? Just put your finger in and push it out. Sometimes I have to pull a little bit. I always like to give it a look before I close it up. Make sure that all the seams are on the inside. And they are. This one looks pretty good. So, pull the lining out. I do kind of push the corners out so that it looks almost like the other side. And most of the time, especially with the super cotton, you can just give it a little tug right there and it folds back down how it needs to. Excellent. We're going to come over to the sewing machine and stitch the opening closed. I like to lower my stitch to about a 2. Stitch as close to the edge as I can. And then we clip our threads. all done. I didn't put a tab on it to carry it around or hold it or clip anything to it because I just wanted something simple. Oh, I love it. Would look great with a little tassel hanging off, wouldn't it? Maybe next time. What do you think? Let me know if you've ever tried Aurifil, if you like the thread, okay? I'm interested. Talk to you later.